3. Again, according to my friend Francis Crook, at the end of the last section, the zombies were, I don't know where she gets this from, the zombies were invading the forbidden cities, and there was going to be a huge apocalypse of class justice. Of course, as in all zombie movies, it all goes horribly wrong when exposed to the sun. They disintegrate, as indeed does the pound. I wish London would but then again, I'm one of its noises, or rather its news. Just kidding. One of the pavements is all spiral chatter, eating the voices, the interval cracks, the crossroads, real devil business, and the cops are there, we crucified them. And the moon, remember that. There are people on it, and they have married us, weird, those consummations, those noises that waken us, roaring and absurdly whistling, and it frightens us. There's so many of them, curled around us, inaudible, the ages, history, entire galaxies. They are eating us, citizens of raided spheres, the sky red as a burning flag, a supreme vodka, treacherous stars. Who here can speak the language of the dead? What they meant to say. I want to be your dog. The radio is leaking. They know they're dead, and they're not scared, chewing up the language as I was out walking obscurely through their brains, those thin metal spheres, subterranean rooms, when I was a country girl going down to the drugstore. Meanwhile, there are voices, glazed ones, rectangular ones, are trickling down our thighs into swarms of cancelled centuries, anxious ones, fuses. Each lives a double life, paupers, vagabonds, criminals, fuses. Not to worry. They have no legs to walk on. They have no mouth to speak with. It's 11:58 in London. Contact us immediately. Payments will probably be delayed. Or, from another angle, thought this was paradise, bone of my speechless bone, or rather London pavements clasped and wrapped contained your era, my stilettos, or revolving spheres, whatever, it's 11:58, whatever that means, tame jackals, springing fools. From a different perspective, we are your dead coins, your glazed leather beds. How old are you, my noises. But in the claims made by music, posterity is leaking, strangely tucked in minor constellations, strangely radiant executives, flatterers, amnesiacs, nouns, polite ones, rushing ideas in a tame feather bed. But no, we weren't talking to you. Say the radio, say 1917, say the books of the future cracking the brain of the past. No, don't say that, it's stupid. Those people on the moon, we left them there plainly singing. Anyway, here in the multiplex, in our plaster casts, in our membranes, like inside the police computer, that thing. Okay, inside our medicines, trickling down our thighs, our crossroads, our whistling, inside like cracks, dogs, brains. Last night in a warm feather bed, that's right, the cold, cold ground is eating us. We, cancelled criminals, so warm inside the police, etc. Fucking set fire to cars, etc. Little birds nothing, I mean. So we were buying weapons. Okay, let's start that again. On public transport it happened. We were sitting opposite bullets, chemistry, glass. We were separate inside what we once were, and they were sitting opposite, empirical and scared. They were scared of us, our charts and remorse. No one knows. We were buying inside their office the dead. They were scared of us, of our 7 metals and radar shrike. But as I was out walking with the strange and bitter men, we were, we were anxious radar dogs, we were oblivious swarms, cancelled solvents, polite ones, we were a confused mass of centuries, 7 burning circles were electrons, proverbs, molecules, from hand to crackling hand, a fraudulent cosmology, a hole in the ground. I wish London would crack its face, oh cuckoo. Here, in the centre of the squealing world, original and peculiar, a small town far from here. Okay, try that, non-dogmatic, or say that. Last night I lay sleeping, all by myself, was a thin leather den of countless bandits. Okay, here in the centre of the squealing town, medieval, a gated world. For scratching, executives use fuses. Inside their office membranes, posterity, a den of countless galaxies, a net of iconic repulsion. Now, The denials are in the post. We guess we think we're sorry. Here in the drugstore, filled with mercury, made from glass and plastic. Their era is not ours. Our dialectical tilt circuit, our ferrule, our bang can come over, or rather, here in Pound Stretcher, we are blank. We are building nebulae, falling like, I don't know, wages. But anyway, how old are you, Mike? Sweet critique of poetry, burning, prize-winning factory. True, we were entire galaxies, but now it's 11:58 in London. It's AM, PM, both. No point in waking your oblivious storms. I mean, in Pound Stretcher, 10,000 were drowned on discount, cosy and warm. But here, in the solar eclipse, we are kicking off big style, wet heat, petrol noise, bliss, and saw no sun nor moon. We heard some screech, the sea. Meanwhile, we were listening to some records, the demonic tones, these songs blank, unimagined. Oh, our delicate spheres, oh, delicate crash, hyena splat. Stop talking about the fucking dead, burn the EDL/boiling lead. But ghosts are necessary. A chart of a collective inarticulate harmony, that is, minor surface noise, item, a basement strata, its bibliographic shell. I mean, its celestial arc has got us surrounded. Anyway, here in 1917, we're having a right laugh. No point in waking you. Love's solar boat is slashed, is trickling down our thighs, the chatter of the past. Meaning the surface sector, or London just sitting there. We're not criminals, no, but the dead are. Inaudible, these songs of burning circles. And then we saw medicine trickling down our world, its membrane and posterity. Weird, this springing speech. Was blood in another circuit? Not ours though, so whatever. Crackling in our tombs, we are warm and empirical. When we're frightened, we... In this recent knot of days, the vile prickle of pills is entirely political. These grimy days, yeah, they're static, preposterous symmetry. So the side effects are, well, it's like this. It's 11:58 precisely. An entire molecular assembly, a ring of executive flats, a cheap solar monopoly, but I don't know. From another angle, here on public transport, skirting the planet's rim, pretty drunks are crackling, as I was out walking, the stiff prickling days, their numerical fallacy, gaunt fascist symmetry. Okay, fuck that. Let's see. We were in the anxious centre of us. It was like plastic fire, fuck your cars and the moon. Strangely, as I was out walking, it was like 5 layers. A small town, a feather bed filled with weapons. Oh hell, my burning thighs. My absence now. I am speaking as a drugstore here, a constellation, an irradiation, as in vocal granules inside the arc of time become a silent circle, contracted out the work of destruction. What constellation, what weird these strange and bitter consummation have burst into fragments. Sorry, I meant to say centuries. Anyway, now that each word is reduced, obviously to money, that is invisibility inside my stilettos, I meant to say interchangeable, a din of galaxies. Anyway, I just ate the passerby via 2 or 3 executive crossroads known as burning talk, concealed in the claims made by Finks, their preposterous symmetry, strange flattering numbers, but cough. But as I was out walking, through our musical position, we were sweethearts and membranes, we were sorry and tasteless, we were trickling curfews, but here, safe inside our offices, we are eating, yeah, and feeding. Extract the city. Extract virtually blank songs, etc., you know, in a ghost, as a swarm of mouths, wow, and we were redistributed with golden, springing speech, bells and rags inside this arc of fist. We alphabetic insomniac, in as how old are you, my scratching splinter, as in a spore heaven, who here can speak, and with what flickers of ancient power, reference you are crows, days, okay, have the city, or live in it like it was eating us, we bottomless trivials, as bang, and our musical duty, like right inside it, its flutter, its zone, full pyro, as in X landscape, his thighs, as decibel in right. Our cells and sections, in no underwear, biting, and when I was a country girl, a system town as blow flatter, oh shit, like sorry about, and are you my adjustment, the aged parent, so softly our non-existent whimpers eclipse, movement, blast, and the cuckoo, as in our ring of stilettos, its place in the song by now pure cosmosis, nouns, rearranged at the border, thin diagrams, spinning metal. I've played cards in England, I've played I'll bet you $10 here in 1917, it's caudal flex, its thin metal spheres. And the crossroads, yeah, in any case, what we now, just kidding, yeah, we're never obliged in the enemy language, not what, dared sayers, block season, or else a quarter of perdition, and then there's clean and simple numbers, yeah, gardens is what, or else it's necessary to lie, our slick and delicate sphere, we middle class, leaking, or so, that we pulled up our petticoat, entirely zombie and so revolving drunkenness, etc. My gold, my winding sheet, give it, but then again as bruising, and the border is where what, we three pretty maids, are where dreamt to dream, and troubled in my head, as in my cosmetic knot. My stranger, I used to whip him with her when we were the description, my petticoat, but not now, so hello, we are your life, stop. Now it's March 18, and we are a syllable, like a non-frequency, our twists and circles, that is the Gypsy Davies stop, 71 comments. We are your octave, not zombies, sirens, obsolete music, 1871, March, choke. So I've been in the pen with the rough and rowdy echoes, letters and notes, musical ones. 10,000 were drowned that never were born, registered that via export of capital. Understood as the dead, encircle us, in a sense was a mole in the ground. No, sorry, I mean a census. I mean the police computer, a centre of gravity irradiated. Meanwhile, we were documentaries, a code made of letters, like unaroused by official culture. For some reason, it was 1649. We were trapped inside it, clutching our most reasonable point of view. I can't say more. Vast territories of our singing selves, decommissioned. Maybe it was 2003 or something, I don't remember. My favourite laws were just a system of false brains. I recognised that, splintered and oblique, social utterance, flaming malevolence, magnetic, would rather go dancing, etc. Our minds are clean and pleasant, blank, blank. Listen, we are your friends, gliding like magazines, we, inside each nation's serenity, sitting near you on the bus, totally harmless characters, strange and flattering numbers, seriously trickling inside what we once were, we, esoteric in panic, swifter than birds, in our social role, objects, tobacco and brandy, or something truly ridiculous, class struggle in poetry. Its contagion is spread via rhymesters, their embers, their swarms of bone, not zombies, sirens, crisscross of fraudulent, a map of what? Got an art council grant, will burn their houses down, yawn. Everyone's been buried alive. Objects of the future, who we're speaking to. Well, there is no future, so like tough shit, but still your shadows, still they block us, are still eating us. Even in the poem, it's rowdy echoes, we are drowned inside sirens, as I was saying, or, of course, the law, our ruins, our octaves, you speaking inside them. Anyway, eclipsed, as I was, although we do live in so, they wouldn't arrest us, their astrology starkly inside us. It was a contented era, a justification. They could not arrest their threads and names. Anyway, I owe this reference to certain international events, certain conformities. It was 1974, a ballad recalls. The life which once I had by law is now controlled. Yeah, it was a contested area, moderation, NGOs, etc. Listen, rather than suck and with a turquoise chain, like what is public knowledge is whack, degree 0. We were citizens of, listen, a supreme vodka.